What's their record, Bill?
They are 4-3.
3. And we welcome you inside the Raleigh County Convention Center here in Beckley. I'm Maris Lowry. Bill O'Brien will join me in a little bit as we welcome you into the 2025 New River Ctc Invitational that started back in 2019. Well, we're getting ready for a girls' game, which is the Beckley Flying Eagles taking on the university team from Morgantown. But before we do that, we have Mike Green, the event, I guess I can't quite say a tournament because it's not really a tournament, the event coordinator. And Mike, I tell you, you and I had done a podcast along with Eric Thomas about, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And the one thing I had said during that podcast was you've been very, very blessed of all the previous years you've had this because you've not had any problems with the weather. In the previous years, you've only, I think, had like 2 weather-related situations. Now, this entire week has pretty much been blown up because of the weather. No basketball Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Able to have 3 games here this afternoon. We've already got 1 in. So, Mike, I guess you've had a very busy week on the phone calling this coach, this team. So tell our viewers exactly what you've been up to.
Well, Maris, first, thanks for having me on. And secondly, I want to say I've been trying to find somebody to blame, but now I can blame you.
Well, everybody else does, so you go right ahead.
You just took credit for the podcast. I wasn't going to mention that today, but, it's been obviously it's been a challenging week, but, we're happy to be here today. I have this opportunity to play some games today. And, for anybody who's out there listening, I just want to, again, reiterate my appreciation and thanks for these coaches, for our school administrators and our county officials, because they're the ones who have to make these tough decisions on whether or not we're able to play. But they have went above and beyond to try to accommodate our event this week. And even though we didn't get to play, every effort was made to play, and it just wasn't safe. It made sense not to play we're hopeful to get these 3 games in today, and then depending on what happens tonight, we've got 4 games scheduled for tomorrow.
Okay, talking about tomorrow, there is a little bit of adjustment. Let's see if you want to get into that, at least as of now, as we talk here, little past 2:30 here local time. What are we looking at tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow we've got 4 games on tap. We're going to start with the Wyoming East Lady Warriors versus the University Lady Hawks. University came down this morning or earlier today from Morgantown for this Beckley game. They're going to spend the night and play tomorrow. And then the second game is the James Monroe Mavericks versus the Greater Beckley Christian Crusaders. It is a boys' game. And then Lindsley Cadets was scheduled to play the Princeton Tigers tomorrow in our 3rd game, but Lindsley didn't make the trip due to uncertainty of the weather. So the West Side Renegades are going to fill in for the Lindsley Cadets, and they're going to play the Princeton Tigers in our 3rd game. The last game of the day in our nightcap will be the Wyoming East Warriors versus the Greenbrier East Spartans. And Maris, we're still currently we have them all scheduled to start the first game at 11:15. But I've asked all the coaches and the players and teams is to give us a little flexibility, a little consideration, because depending on what happens with the weather this evening, we may consider pushing back that 11:15 game to make sure that the roads are clear, make sure parking lots and things of that nature. So we got 4 games scheduled, tentatively now at 11:15 a.m., but there may be some changes to the start time tomorrow.
I mean, obviously you're going to be looking at the weather and checking out the weather. So when will be the latest time we say, hey, we can't play this game, that game, or we can't play any games? Like, is there a set time? Like, this is the bottom line. We can't go past this time. We got to make a decision.
Well, fortunately,